What's up, people? This is Kevin Orosz, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the ills, the benefits, and the state of capitalism, Black Friday, which is today in 2019, and the American dream, right? And I haven't done a video like this in a while. If you've been following any of my channels, you know I've been in build mode for 2019 and feel mode. But these are some of my most favorite types of videos to make, so I just want to make it clear. And this is not a trigger warning, but just scarcity-induced and manic responses to this video could occur. So here we go, Black Friday, right? What is the whole idea behind mass consumerism? Okay, I'm just gonna riff here, and I want to give a disclaimer. I'm not an economist. These are my opinions, and these are based on my direct experience and studies. So don't quote me here, and I invite you to situate yourself in this conversation. So Black Friday, right, is a more or less consumeristic orgy. It's an orgy. Buy this shit. Kill or be killed. Buy or be sold, right? It's just like, it's a full-blown ritual. It's a ritual, actually, conducted by the economics of this country, the United States, and the Western world to create energy in the form of chi, or the current of life force in the river, currency, to flow into corporations or corporate rations or corpus rations, corpses or bodies, entities that are maybe in our service as the consumer, or maybe not. Maybe they're actually not in the service of humanity. And I want to invite you to see that most, I say most, over 50% of the big corporate interests in this country that you would see on the mainstream news, the MSM, are these kinds of entities, the kinds that are actually like corpses or zombies that want to drain life force, right? And they want to get life force energy from you. So I think that should be said and speak to kind of the Black Friday mentality and mythos. And I want to up-level that into White Friday and contain the full transmutation of, wow, what is capitalism? Why do we have it? Does it serve us? Is consumeristic capitalism? Is object fetishism? Is fetishizing objects to buy more of them a good idea? Well, let me just riff on this. So glad you asked. Capitalism is, and I want to be careful here with language. Capitalism isn't something that people inherently invented to harm or parasitize or predate on each other, right? Predation, being predators. Although that's how it's been practiced for a lot of human history. So that's an important distinction. Capitalism, I think, is actually something that was discovered, not created or invented. Because at its most base level, and work with me here, scarcity trigger alert incoming, capitalism exists in nature. Now, capital markets and, investment bankers manipulating markets, etc., this is something that comes later. I'm talking about the pure level of value exchange, right? How do I keep track of the value exchange? And nature is doing this in a beautiful way, right? That is a synarchy or a holarchy where it's full symbiosis, right? The plant's not keeping track of the photons it's receiving from the sun, nor is it keeping track of the oxygen molecules it's offering to the mammals like us, okay? So that should be said. And when human beings come into the picture, we have culture, storytelling, things like that. How do I keep track of the sacrifices I made with my time, energy, and attention, and maybe even my life force energy, right? Shedding blood or getting killed by going on a hunt or natural disasters or by risking myself to acquire some resource. How do I keep track of that with other humans? There's a lot of systems that have been tried. Does barter work? Does the trust system work? Does just sharing everything work, including wives and husbands? I don't know, but I do know that all of those systems that were attempted didn't work out. And how do we know they didn't work out? They're not practiced today. And be what it may, that there are titanic agendas on this planet, all different kinds, good and bad. Capitalism works. It seems to work. So that's interesting, right? And I think, for the record, what capitalism does best is it drives innovation, okay? So what it does really badly is it creates minority groups, economic minorities. It creates classism. It creates vast poverty and scarcity when practiced in a way that ego and special interests and just rape and pillage of the planet, right? Our actual home. There's no planet B. There's no plan B. That doesn't work, right? Obviously, I don't need to tell you that. If you're watching this video, you probably already know that because you have a brain and two eyes. And more importantly, you have a heart, right? And capitalism drives innovation, really powerful. Science and technology thrive in a quote unquote competitive value-based market. It thrives. And what you see in the Western world and the massive evolution in the modern world we're living in, a lot of that was driven by capital markets. So that's pretty awesome. I think there are alternatives. I think new governance and new monetary models are necessary. I got a lot of faith riding on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I think it's excellent for this because decentralization, open, transparent ledgers, and moving away from dollars and currencies that are backed by, we don't know the full extent, but fully nefarious means at worst, full darkness at worst, and at best, just a way to get more for some people and less to other people. So I hope you're working with me here. This isn't woo-woo. This is actually based on everything from Karl Marx to Athens and how they practice economics, and my own experience of being in this world and being really curious about it, right? Being really curious about it. And so I'd love for you to share this video if it's resonating with you, or drop in the comments an article, a blog post. Be respectful in the comments. Like, there's a lot of trolls out there. Love the trolls, but not going to give them any energy. Please don't feed them. I invite you to drop in the comments your take on this and tag someone that you feel like is buying into this. The next thing I want to talk about is the dream time. I want to talk about the American dream time. And we're at a very interesting point in history, 2019. And imagine what it felt like being in 1919, right? Before the roaring 20s. We're about to enter the soaring 20s. And what does it mean to come into alignment with the earth and the biosphere? What does it mean to relate to money, to resources differently? And what does it mean to relate as men and women differently? This is huge. And I want to really invite this idea of the American dream, the dream time, right? What's the collective dream, right? Culture is a collective dream. And if dream is a subconscious reality where we're creating matter from the non-physical, and we go there every night, and there's a lot of evidence that dreams are very real, and the pineal gland secretes DMT, melatonin is interchangeable with molecules that become DMT, and we're in a super state when we're dreaming. Well, there's a collective dream and a waking dream known as our culture operating system. So look at us now in the American dream. What is the mythology? What is the American dream time that's being programmed right now? If you follow the mainstream, you will find that it is a culture of death, of disempowerment, and dis-ease. But we don't want that, obviously. Any human being, any life form doesn't want that. So what's the new dream time we're going to create? America's done a lot of things wrong, but it's done a lot of things right. And it has a lot of potential for transformation. It's why people like Bhagwan Shree Rajneesh, Osho, Yogi Bhajan, Paramahamsa Yogananda, these masters saw something in America. That's why they set up shop here. There is a reason that we are at this precipice right now of timelines. What is the new dream we're going to dream into existence? I want to call in more creativity, art, and the sacred. I want to call in respect for all people, especially the indigenous. I want to call in super abundance, hyper abundance, technological innovation, automation, positive AI that's actually going to create a utopian vision. It's not going to be a utopia in that it's going to be everybody's perfect and no one has to work and there's nothing we have to do because everything's taken care of. That's not happening, fam. Yet. But we can enter a golden age together and we can exit Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, start moving in towards the sattvic, the light, the creative, the life-serving, And I think we do that with the collective dream. And how we do that is days like today, voting with our dollar, because it's just energy and it's your life force chi. And it's a way to keep score, right? It's a way to keep score. So I love money and money loves me. And I think all the light workers out there, this community really gets to reorient how we deal with wealth, reorient beliefs around money, reframe the conversation around economics. Because guess what? If you're broke, if you're not abundant, if you don't have what you need, and I don't mean Lambos and mansions, but I mean you don't have what you need, how are you going to change yourself first with the best food and the best community and the best business and the best self-care and love? It's an inside job. And then you're going to take that money out into the world and transmute it and flip it. And this is something I see with my clients. They come in wanting more money, but they come out creating more wealth, and it's an inside job. That's how you flip it at the belief level, at the emotional level, at the thought level, the seed of thinking, the thought. And so this Black Friday, that's my little riff and rant. Really, I'm grateful for you watching. Share this video or tag someone if it resonated with you. I'd appreciate that. Sharing is caring. And I want to really invite you into a place of mastery, right? I'm all about the Flowstate and the Flowstate mastery. That's my online course. I would love for you to see what it feels like to practice the best ancient and modern mysticism and science through breath work, through meditation, through cold plunging, through NLP and affirmations, visualization, fasting, good diet, good exercise, great reading. And what happens if you practice that for 21 days straight? What happens if you practice for 7 days straight? And with a community to support you, how much better sex would you be having? How much more money would you be making? How much more creative and wildly free would you feel in your mind, body, and emotions? That's what I've found by dedicating myself to 6 suites or clusters of my top practices. And that's exactly what I take the fam through. And I'm already taking the students already in Flowstate Mastery. So I want to drop y'all an epic Black Friday offer. You can get in right now for only $97 to the course. I'd love to see you in there and practice with the family, practice with the dojo. You're going to get in for only $97. You're going to save over $200 off the full price. And you can do that now for only the next 48 hours. Really less, more like 36, with the code FLOW Friday. It's going to be in the comments. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all so soon. Stay peaceful and purposeful. We already won this, y'all. Let's get it.